Hi everyone, it's B at Ikale Sunflower. I hope you're all good. So I want today to do a hashtag to the lovely Patsy at the Mystical Musings, and it's called hashtag hug decks. So these are kind of decks that give me the message that I need, or the gentle kind of energy when I'm feeling like kind of like down or going through a particular situation. So I've got, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tarot decks and 1 oracle deck. So no particular order. Let's start off. So the first deck that I want to talk to you about is this one. It's called the Spirit Within Tarot by Stephen Bright. Just open it up and show you a few cards. Comes with a lovely little guidebook. These are the backs of the cards. So what I like about this deck is that it's just very clear imagery, very simple, very minimalistic, no fuss. It's a shifter deck. It's just clear and easy to read. Well, for me anyway. I will add links to these decks in the description bar of this video. So this is my first one, Spirit Within by Stephen Bright. Okay, so the next deck that I would classify as a hug deck is my Rider-Waite tarot. Comes in this kind of box. It's a bit battered now because I've had this deck for quite a while. It's just a regular Rider-Waite Smith deck, but what I like about this deck is the colouring, because colour means a lot to me. I read with blue glasses when I'm doing computer work, and colour is just important. So this is as I said before, a traditional Rider-Waite Smith deck, but what I like about it is the bright colouring. The suits are kind of colour coded as well. So for example, now the cups are this lovely kind of like mint green, or some kind of green anyway in the cups. The pentacles are this kind of like dark green, if you can see. The swords are this kind of like mustard or yellowy sort of background, and the wands are reddish, if I can find any wand cards for you. So the wands have this kind of orangey reddish background, which for me makes it easier because it kind of splits the suits into different colours. And because the Rider-Waite Smith was the system that I learnt on, I always tend to revert back to this deck, you know, in difficult times, if I need a gentle energy, or, you know, if I want the message to get through to me clearer. This is the deck that I prefer to use. Okay, so another HUD deck, well, another deck that I will classify as a HUD deck is this one here. Just move it over. And this is from the deck Lenormand, Circus and Sideshow Tarot. It's Rider-Waite inspired, but it's just around the circus, so that's the Four of Cups. I like the circus. I used to enjoy going to the circus as a child, and this card just gives this energy of this deck, just reminds me of happier times. And for me, this deck's quite easy to read as well, because it's two of my great loves, the Rider-Waite Smith system and the circus. I'll just show you a few more cards. Temperance, look at that, finding balance. Death. Okay, so another tarot deck that I would consider a hug deck is this one here. It's the Afro Goddess Arcana by Andrea Furtick. So this is a melanated deck. I love this deck. I might just take out a few cards and show you. So basically this is the Rider-Waite Smith kind of inspired. Oh, let me turn the cards around the right way. And oops a daisy. So this deck is Rider-Waite Smith inspired, and it's a melanated deck. And I don't know, I just find it a very clear read for me. It's just gorgeous. Look at the cards. Gilded edges. I can relate to the archetypes in this deck. And this is just one of my favourite decks in general, to be quite honest, but especially when I'm feeling a bit low or down. It just gives me good reading, because I find the stories behind the deck quite easy to interpret. Okay, so my final tarot deck, because I've got one oracle deck to show you that I would consider a hug deck, is the Hanson-Roberts mini deck. This deck here, I tend to use it in its own right, or as a clarifying deck if I've got complicated tarot reading. Look at the back, aren't they just gorgeous? But what I like about this deck, to me, it's Rider-Waite inspired, but it's just kind of like prettier. The images to me have got prettier faces and just give clear readings. I mean, obviously you can transport this in your bag or pull it in your tarot bag as a clarifying card. And again, this deck to me is quite clear to read, so I do tend to reach out for it if I'm feeling a bit low, or you know, want a gentle kind of reading, or I want a reading, you know, that can give me the message that I need straight away. Okay, so the next deck, and my final deck that I will call a hug deck, is this one. It's a Lenormand deck. It's called the Fairy Tale Lenormand. Just open it up. I normally keep it in this lovely beaded bag because the box got a bit tattered. So let's just take out the cards. Okay, so this is it's a Lenormand oracle, so they're quite big, they're oracle size cards. And this deck just makes me kind of like cheerful because it's got beautiful bright backs. And it's just a very plain kind of Lenormand style deck with the keywords, which are quite good keywords. That's the moon, but there's no people in this cards. It's just like symbols. That's the lilies. Turn it round. It's just quite easy to read. And the book that comes with this deck as well is I think it's a very good Lenormand book, very in-depth. So this is the stars, the woman, the garden. Okay, so these are my hug decks. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.